What's up, my vibe tribe? This is CaraSeen here coming in, and I'm in Alberta in Canada, and I'm just at a lake's edge here right now. I got crows cawing. I got hummingbirds that were dive bombing me and hearing. Oh, it's cool. It's gorgeous out here. I love my country. I love Alberta. I love British Columbia. I love everything about Canada. Those are just my two favorite provinces because I happen to be from both of them. But just focusing on some really cool energy around my surroundings here, and I've done a series of readings while I've been out here. I'm going to be sharing with you. The crow spirit is con. I can't look it up because I don't have internet. I have to go to the next town over and download my videos to get it out to you. So if those of you could look up for me, because I'm going to be in the bush here for a couple weeks, if you could look up for me, please, what the crow, or the crow means for spirit animal. It came forth in our reading here today. I also had a hummingbird here this morning, if you wish to look up hummingbird as well. Those are rare to see, and it's like an orangish, brownish hummingbird. That's why I wore the orange one today. That's because of the hummingbird. All right. Let's have a little general meeting just from the spirits that are around me right now. Let's see what's shaking in here. I'm very curious to find out. I was thinking tree spirit because I got the trees behind me. I'm going to go down to the water's edge again. It's about a kilometer walk away, but that's okay. And do a water reading for you as well today, see what the water spirits have to say for us. And I've been waiting to do a mountain spirit message here too, but the sun is so bright. It's just it rises in the east here in Canada, so the sun's too bright to face the camera right now. I tried the other way, but as you can see with my light eyes, I can barely open my eyes. So also, please, I apologize for wearing sunglasses. I think it's very rude to talk to someone and wear sunglasses, but I won't be able to see the cards. So pardon me. Let's have a little vibe. This is going to be a general reading. There's no pick a card. This is just, this is for mainly my subscribers, my vibe tribe. Those have watched that you watch as well that are not subscribed, please do, so I can tune into your energy too for readings like this. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on my subscribers and my regular commenters and my awesome people. Man, I just love your energy. I love your energy so much that I just had to keep going and doing some readings while I was out here in the Crown Land here. Crown Land here in Canada is free land. It's kind of owned by the people, but you're allowed to camp here, but you have to leave it cleaner than you found it. That's what you should be doing. There, I want that card. So the first card we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. That's really cool. The Queen of Pentacles here, that starts off with, well, the vibe of the forest, really. She is the Queen of the Forest. This is earth energy. This is crow energy that's coming in right now. There's a hare here, there's a rabbit here, and that represents a fertility of ideas. The Queen of Pentacles is nurturing. She's practical. She's amazing. We have the red roses here around determination. She's blossoming about, it's kind of like a new finances, new things, new monies, new resources of fertility coming in. I like that. What else do we got here? Let's grab about 3 shuffles here. And then we'll vibe into a little bit more and see what else comes out. 1. He's definitely joining in on the reading. He wasn't around just a minute ago. No, we have the Ten of Swords. We see some rock bottom here, but at the same time, it's 10, it's completion here. So this is like, for me, getting like the death card, you know, like you've been through some trials and tribulations and dealing with the forest love, and what the forest wants to tell you is it's only up from there. You know, even though you have black skies here around that weighs heavy, you can't see through what's going on in despair, but I see yellow skies of prosperity right here. I know the other card that we pulled so far, that's right, we got yellow skies of prosperity. Also represents hopes as well. Now we have also here, we got the Knight of Wands here in reverse. Now the Knight of Wands in reverse is sometimes some excess. This is chaotic. Sometimes it's feeling a little impulsive too, and the nature wants to tell you time to ground yourself. It's time to slow down a little bit. A lot of us city dwellers tend to forget to ground ourselves. Sometimes we lose touch with nature. This is what I like to remind you here, is touching some nature, especially with the Queen of Pentacles that popped out as our overall card, as our beginning card here as well. We definitely have to look up the crow spirit to see what the crow has to say. There's only one, there's not two. For those of you who are a little Odin folklore. Our next card we have here is the Five of Swords here. And when we're feeling that time with the Five of Swords, and we're dealing with troubles, and we're dealing with arguments, nature wants to tell you here, we need to find some peace. Like even the clouds here are just jaggedy and angry. So even after, you know, there's quarrels happening here in our lives, and sometimes we can argue. Sometimes when we don't get grounded as possible, we don't let go of those arguments. And the reason why I'm saying that is, if you notice in the picture here on the card, that not only has his own sword, but he's had another one in his hand. There's two at his feet. He's actually spanked those guys, man. They're not even bleeding. They're not like crawling away. They're like, one guy's like crying. So it just means, like, no matter what, even after the argument is done, is that person or possibly you, you know, your person or possibly you in your life that is not letting it go, kind of getting that dopamine release of just having the last word kind of thing there. So we're going to take that air energy, okay? We got the last two cards of pull with both sword energy. Now, taking the sword energy, that's some Gemini, that's Libra, that's Aquarius energy. That's about communication. So you got to communicate your needs, not only to yourself, but to others around you. Like, why not? It's the best energy, especially tapping into like a Gemini energy as well. Geminis are like the best for communication. The MacGyvers of the lot, the Libras are the heart and soul of all the signs, right? And they can look at them ways and different, they can look at so many different ways of the story, so many different ways, and they can think outside the box. Aquarians are the same way too. They can put themselves in other people's shoes and see from a different perspective. So I think learning from the air signs right now is really I want you to bring a little bit more logic into your side, as well as your heart and soul, because you have the Knight of Wands, so bringing in that creativity is what you need there too. But just watch with that little chaotic excess here. The next one we have here is the Fool card. That's fantastic. This is new beginnings, man. That's why I want you to take a leap of faith, and nature wants to tell you this too. The crow wants to tell you to take a leap of faith. The crow wants to tell you that you're planning things out right, that you're moving forward here. You're having a great sense of adventure and new beginnings about you. It's also being about the nature's telling you with the Fool card. It's about being prepared, okay? We want to have that here. Like in the cards, I love to see, we got the mountains here, right? We got mountains here, and the mountains represent your hopes, and they represent your dreams. The bigger the mountains are the picture, the closer they are your hopes and dreams, right? Unless you have a path. He's going to leap off, is he? Or is he going to take that leap of faith? He's ready to go, man. His backpack is ready. He's got his little satchel. He's got a little feather in his hair so he can feel the wind and tell which direction to go. Now he's holding the rose here of white purity, and that just represents peace, man. That means like a pure soul. Just taking that leap, you know, and there's a little white dog here too, and that represents loyalty, and that represents some good friends around you. The tree spirit wants to say to you that you do have an absolute loyal and a good sense of people around you. Seeing the sun spirit also shine down upon the Fool here in the card too. It's yellow skies of prosperity. That means happiness. That means success. Anytime you see the sun in the cards, it's happiness and success. Oops, having some cards blow. Just weighting some stuff down. Do I have any rocks? Give me 1 sec here. I just have to weight down some cards. So what we have next here for you, for what the tree spirit would like to tell you is, you got the King of Wands. That's awesome, baby. That's a bold dude, man. That's power. That's charm. That's courage. He is the epitome of the lion. You know, even with the little lizard here in the front. There's a little lizard here in the front. He represents like passion and creativity as well. That's really cool to see. They're both just checking out. They're just sitting there. They're casual as all hell. It's like he's like the badass of all the kings, man. They're just sitting there checking out their bitches. They're just checking it out. It's masculine energy. It's feminine energy. It's all about being that boss bitch, that badass man. And that's just taking control. And the forest wants to tell you is just take that action with that creative energy. Take that creative energy that you have and turn it into something really cool. It's bottling up with you. You have the internal resources here that are bubbling with ideas. And I can tell because I was picking up with those air sign energies here. I don't know who that is. That could be another crow just having a good time. Yeah, that's just some crows making some fun sounds. They're teasing my dog. But picking up that air energy, I can tell that you got to communicate that out a little bit more, and you're going to communicate it, I know, with intelligence, with logic. You're going to be able to look at things in a different way, and you're going to rock that with creativity is what I'm feeling here. That's the weirdest sound and creepy sound ever there, bird. Oh, man. That was a weird sound. We got the Five of Wands. We still got some corals here that's happening here. And I wondered maybe that's why we got the Ten of Swords shaking in here as well. So we got the 2 cards. This is the 2 coral cards out of the deck, out of like, 78 cards. Aww. They're trying to get married. They're singing. That's why his little chirpers sound different. Oh. Now he's not all squawking. Now he's all like... He's chasing little Sheila around the way here. Check out, you got the 2 coral cards coming back to that. These 2 are just disrupting me and telling me you don't need to quarrel. You just need to look at the little things in life and let the little things in life to distract you and let go of the burdens of the arguments and bring in some peaceful times for you. The Five of Wands represents it's... My dog is beyond filthy. Oh my God. The Five of Wands represents quarrel for the sake of quarreling, arguing for the sake of arguing. What was my dog into? I hope she didn't put on perfume for me. We got the Queen of Cups here. There's so much love here. The forest is telling you. We got the Queen of Love. There's so much love for her that her cup is the largest and the grandest. Her cup is even more grand than the king himself, the King of Love. Her cup is so full that it is capped, that even if I read her upside down, not a drop of love she'll lose, because she's got a lot of love. Even if she's upside down, she's a little smothering, but she's still doing it in love. But this way, this is a lot of love coming in here. This is nurturing. This is healing as well. She represents the epitome of healing as well as some amazing support that shakes in here. And I wonder again with the Ten of Swords, when you're feeling a hit a little rock bottom and what's happening there. You know, when we're hitting a little rock bottom, I like to call that the spa card. You know, just turn it into some acupuncture, go have a nice spa day, go have a massage, get it out and feel good. Now our next card here we have here is the Hangman. And the Hangman here is like the epitome of the wise. It's the Hangman of getting a different perspective on the situation. The tree spirit would like to ask you to, not only when you're looking at a leap of faith and trying some new beginnings and going out there, doing it with creativity, doing it with intellect and thinking, doing it with love. That I would like you to take a different perspective on things. I know the tree spirit is asking you a lot right now, but this is a collective reading for my vibe tribe. Maybe everybody needs just a little different action. You know, we've been in isolation, we've been in quarantine. We've all had to look at things a different way here while we've not having to get the non-essentials. But I find I don't need to buy as much as I did before. I don't go out as much as I did before. Just getting exactly what I need. You know, I never had cable. I haven't had cable in like 24 years, so it's not like I'm having to make cutbacks or anything, but I'm finding all of us just getting a little different perspective on things and how life is going back to the basics sometimes too. Going back with creativity and getting back with one with nature and enjoying ourselves. I would like you to go back and think about the Queen of Pentacles. And originally I was pulling, I felt that we all need a little bit more grounding. You know, if we take off our shoes, kick off our socks, you know, and then just walk outside barefoot sometimes on the grass is what we need to. If you don't have that where you live, then touch water. You know, touch something. Go find a river, go find a creek, go splash in a puddle. There's different things we can do just to ground ourselves again. Get back to gardening, get back to growing again, have some plants in the house. You know, there's different things we can do to ground ourselves, to get us away from that drama, the argumentative state sometimes that we have here too. We have the Lover's card here as I pulled here for another one here, and this is really rad to see. We got mountains in the background here. I got mountains right beside me here too. The tree spirit wants to tell you that there's some love. And there's a lot of love when it comes to your family and your friends. There's a lot of love when it comes to you. The Lovers represents a Gemini spirit as well. The Gemini spirit is what I was pulling off there first when I was dealing with the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords as well. I was pulling out the Gemini that was coming to me there. The tree spirit wants to tell you about Gemini. Now Gemini, they're adventurous, they're MacGyver, they're intelligent, they're forthright, they're straight up. They wear their heart on their sleeve, and a lot of people don't know that. The Geminis are pretty cool cats, and sometimes we can learn from them. Sometimes they get a pretty bad rap because they have the split, you know, they have the masculine and feminine inside here, you know, they have the dual personality, you know, a split personality. Almost feels like they're bipolar sometimes, but they're just, they got a lot of go. They got a lot of heart. They got a lot of soul. They got a lot of intellect going on. They got a lot of logic going on. Again, that's like getting that different perspective is something we may need to look into. Let's grab a little bit of, let's grab 3 more cards. Actually, let's grab a little Whispers of Moon. 1, divine feminine energy. They are associated with the 3 phases of the woman's life: the intuitive, creative, magical, maiden, mother, and elder. The triple goddess moon. Whether you're a male or female, divine masculine, divine feminine, watching this right now, still tapping into the divine feminine energy and that love and that nurturing. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is the epitome of that too, with she's the financial, she's stability, she's the nurturing, yet with her being very resourceful as well, diplomacy, she's the physical, she's the tangible. Tapping into that energy if there's things that you need to do and take control of. If there's things you need to tap in with that creative outlet, you know, there's all different ways you can be creative. You don't just have to be an artist to be creative. You can work with wood, you can work with metal, bullet journaling, anything. There could be things that you do on is just collecting herbs and pressing herbs. Make a herb book, do something different. Take one thing that you do, and maybe if you collect herbs all the time or grow your own herbs, draw them, get someone to draw them for you, make a book, write down all the information on there. Intuition to protect what makes you feel secure. We got the Cancer moon. Oof, got some water energy coming in there with the Cancer energy. The Cancer energy is quite protective. They are very secure. They are very loyal. Bringing in the water energy is an emotional as well. That's cup energy as well. Making you feel protection to help you feel secure. But getting out those creative outlets and looking at things from a different perspective is sometimes what it feels good. Ground yourself. I want all of you guys to try to ground yourself in a different way, whether it be listening to music. Write down what you do to ground yourself. Give me down in the comments below what you do to ground yourself. Do you meditate? Do you walk outside? Do you touch trees? Do you hug trees? Do you grow things? What other kind of things can ground you? Food, nuts. What kind of things do you use to ground yourself? Comment down below. And let's get our community going here, and let's share some ideas of different things we can do to ground ourselves, especially during isolation or while we're indoors. I'm going to grab another card or two here from the Whispers on the Moon cards. Next one we have is set goals, plant new ideas, and soul searching. Oh, this is the whole vibe of the reading is what I'm digging on. The Modern Witcher's new moon. Set goals, plant new ideas, and soul searching. I'm sorry I keep looking that way, but I think I was getting flashed by my friend. Camping, my friend, camping. So the new moon represents new beginnings. It's a clean slate. A new moon is a time to completely control, alt, delete, and just reset. Plant those new goals, plant those new ideas. I like that. And the whole vibe of the reading has been that. And the Queen of Pentacles is saying that loud and clear. Queen of Pentacles with the new moon here, Modern Witch's new moon, planting new goal ideas. Like that's exactly what we've been doing with the Fool card here, with the Hangman here. The Queen of Love is bringing everything together, and the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Finances, is feeling pretty secure here. Ground yourself out with plants, the tree nature, and the tree spirit's trying to tell you. Ground yourself, and you talk back with nature, and you get in touch with nature again. And the abundance that's going to come to you is going to feel good. It's an exchange of energy between plants and human that feels good. It's an energy field that a lot of us forgotten about over the ancestral times. You know, we forgot about to do that. We're not growing and planting. I think that's it for the messages. We're not growing and planting all our food as much as we did before. So we don't always have that connection. So if you don't get out and get to the forest, like here, you know, there's other ways you got to tackle here, and the other ways you got to ground yourself. Again, share how you ground yourself. There's so many different ways, more than just plants and animals and getting outdoors, going for a drive, anything. Let me know. Well, thank you very, 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 very much for hanging out with me today. I think I got a bit of a cloud. I can take off my glasses here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. I'm glad you chilled out with me today and enjoyed my atmosphere with me. And I hope you like what the tree spirit had to say for you. Again, in my vibe tribe, thanks for hanging out. And I love you all. Take care.